Hey everybody, today we're going to work on the interior of the C1506 Bronco, and I've already broken it. This rear corner right here, whoops, sorry, is so tight that when I tried to wedge it in there, it cracked the corner. Anyway, since I put the bed liner in here, made the holes for the mounting a little bit smaller, so I had to ream them out a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and put the screws in, and then we're going to put the dash in, set the seats where we want them to be, so we can get ready to put some electronics in. Okay, so got the floor pan in. She's good and solid. Some of the screws I could not find that were long enough, or just long enough. I will have to replace those later, but just to show you guys today, this is how it goes, like that, and then we just take this bad boy, slide up in here, okay, and then there's a one screw if I get this lined up right. It goes in the middle. Oh, you probably can't see it. Right up in there. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can find that one. Back up a little bit. Whoop, other direction. Alright. So you can see it right there. There's a screw right here. And then there's a screw here, here, and here. This corner broke on me. So the only thing we have left of the interior right now is the seats. And the seats, I'm going to use double stick tape. That's what the instructions say to do. Just double stick tape it in there, kind of like that. Like that. Alright, so let's double stick tape them in, and then we can talk about what I screwed up, get that fixed. Hey guys, so in the last video I had this complaint about the steering servo. Didn't seem to want to screw down square, and it's a mistake I made. Alright, there are on the steering servo, I don't know if you can see that, but there are some gussets right here, and I need to trim them so it will sit flush, and I don't think I did that with this. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to check that out, see if that was done. I'll tell you if I did or not, and we'll go ahead and reinstall it, and then I believe we're going to take a look at where we're going to put the electronics. Okay, so it looks like I did not trim that down, so I need to go ahead and do that, and we'll just do that with this here hobby knife. Try to get that as flush as you can. Okay, got one side done. It's real simple, and they're there for a reason. That's to give it a little bit more strength there where it mounts. And pretty much all servos have them, at least all the ones I know of. Yeah, it's not the first time I've had to do this, so actually, when we're really tired and we're working on these videos, it doesn't surprise me when I forget to do things. Alright, so there we are. Nice and square. Let's go ahead and pop that in there. You can see now Steering servo is nice and flush. It doesn't move. This is what we wanted, right? So just cutting those little ears off, those gussets off of the steering servo made all the difference in the world on that. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and see about where we're going to mount the electronics on this and talk about some other things we may have to change. Okay? All right, guys. Just sitting here thinking about my next segment of my video, and I was going to do the electronics, but I had laid this windshield frame up here, and kind of wondering if I really want to use that or not. Hey, maybe I'll turn this into my post-apocalyptic Bronco. I have an idea. Alright, so I'm thinking of not using this and building a screen to go up here and down here to the bottom. Build a bed back here, diamond plate. Diamond plate right up in here, and making a panel to go back here, because it has headlights but it has no taillights. So if I build a panel to go back here, I can put taillights back here, and that'd be like so cool, right? Alright, so what are we going to use for electronics? Well, we're going to start out with the Hobbywing 1060. And why? Well, that's because that's what I have right now. Alright, and I'm going to try out a new radio system. I have it in one of my other cars, and it works really good, but this is a FlySky 3-channel with a new radio. FlySky Noble. Have not used it before. It'll be my first time. Anyway, so let's take a look at what room we have and where we can put stuff. So we're going to cut open this Hobbywing box. I only have one other brand new one left. I mean, I bought like a crap load of them. Alright, so these come with a Tamiya plug, which I'll have to change. But where should it go? Should it go right over here in the firewall? Or should it go, a lot of times I've seen these trucks sit over here on the firewall. And with that, the receiver sits right above it, but I'm not really seeing a good spot for that. There's our bind plug. Alright, so we run this over here, and maybe the FlySky receiver over here. We'll flip it around because it's easier that way. The only problem is I'm going to have to be careful. There's a gear right there, right? So if I run a steering servo or whatever over there, I'm going to have to be careful to route the wires so the gear don't get in the way, right? So if I put that there, or maybe I'll just put this over here. That way I can run the wires up this way across. Actually, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, so if I put that there, run the wires across, the motor wires will hook to these. This will go up under here, and I can put the receiver over there. Alright, so the receiver would sit right over here. Oh, come on, sit there. I think that's to be a good match, right? Alright, so next time you see this truck, I will have the electronics all mounted in. We will make sure that the steering is correct. But there's one other thing I want to talk about. The front shocks on this thing are not able to support the front end of this thing. It is so, the front is so heavy. I have the preload turned almost all the way, and still, I mean, look at that droop. And I'm going to have to do something with this. I can't have that steering horn out here. It's going to have to be out there, right? So if I turn that out that way, I have a lot more travel, but not a whole lot much more. So what should I do? Should I run, say, 100mm shocks in it? If it had good shocks in it, it would handle the top heavy weight of, say, this in the back, right? If I have some good shocks in the back, 2-stage maybe. See if I can get that to stay there. Right, like that. Although I'm thinking about not having that tire there at all. If I had some good shocks, gotta be better than what came with this kit. I was thinking about going with the SCX-10-2 shocks, but now I'm thinking about going with the dual rate. So if anyone has any suggestions on what kind of shocks to use, please let me know, because as you can see from the front of this thing, there's a lot of pooch in this tire. So that tells me that there's a lot of weight, and if you lift up on it, oh yeah, there's a lot of weight. But the motor, transmission, everything in the back, a lot lighter. So it'd be a good hill climber, that's for sure. But if the suspension is set right, it'll work out great. All right. So, all right. So 2 questions. 1, would you like to see this post-apocalyptic style? 2, what shocks would you use if you were building this? And please feel free to leave a comment. I am open to all suggestions, good or bad, and I just want to say, go ahead and keep building and keep thinking, and if you have anything you want my opinion on, just let me know, and I'll see you next time.